Today we wrap up our study of this wonderful psalm, Psalm 2, with the concluding verse 12. Now, there's a lot of complicated verbs here, but hang in there. It's a great way that the psalm ends. Draxaste paideas, mepate orgiste kyrias, kai apoleste ex hadu dikaias, hatan ekhalthe en tache hathumas autu, makarioi pantes hoi pepoithetes ep auto. Well, let's start with this first verb here, which is draxaste. It's from drosomai. This is a second plural, aorist middle imperative here. You can see the saste ending, even though there's kind of an underlying spelling change from drosomai, and then a square stops with the xi there. And so this means something like to seize, to lay a hold of, and the accusative here is paideas, which of course means discipline or instruction. We saw the verbal form of that previously. So we're instructing, or the psalmist is instructing the kings who are supposed to submit to the anointed son and the Lord to lay hold of discipline. Now, what's weird about this is that the underlying Hebrew is famously debated. It's often translated kiss the son because bar in Aramaic is son. But there's a lot of other competing explanations because it is a bit of a strange phrase, and so you'll see a lot of variation in terms of how that is translated in English. It appears that the Greek translator also somewhat struggled with it as well, and I don't have a very great explanation for how they get from this to laying hold of discipline, but that was how they interpreted that phrase, or something like it. It's not 100% clear what exactly they had in front of them. But either way, that's what we have in the Greek. So lay hold of discipline, mepate, lest, or so that not, orgiste here. This is a third singular aorist passive subjunctive, and it's going to be subjunctive because of this mepate. You see the theta for the passive ending, a lengthening of the connecting vowel. And orgizo means to be angry. And who is the subject? Lest the Lord be angry. So receive discipline, lest the Lord be angry. Now that's also interesting because this is not in the Hebrew tradition, the kyrios there. And what will happen if you don't receive this discipline? Apoleste, this is from apolumi with the sthe ending there. This is a second plural future middle indicative for perish. So if you don't receive the discipline, you will perish from, ex hadu, from the way of righteousness or righteous, or from the righteous path, if you will. Then, so that's the first sentence, and then we conclude with this, hatan ekhalthe, so whenever, and this is from ekkaio, that means to inflame or ignite, and again with another theta with the eta, just like we saw up here. This is a third singular aorist passive subjunctive, once again because of the hatan, that's going to make it subjunctive. And so what is going to ignite? Well, it's going to do it quickly, so in tache is quickly. Hathumas, this is the wrath, and it's his wrath, referring back to the kyrios. So whenever the wrath of the Lord is quickly ignited or set aflame, so whenever we're facing the judgment of God, how do we survive so that we're not destroyed? Makarioi, we saw that in Psalm 1, blessed. So this is what happens. This is how you escape the inflaming wrath of the Lord and his son. Blessed are all, pantes hoi pepoithetes. This is from patho. And this form with the es ending and the reduplication on the front end, this is going to be a nominative plural masculine because it's third declension, but it's a perfect active participle. And patho means to trust or to believe. And so all who trust or believe in him, they are the ones who will escape this burning wrath of the Lord. It's by faith, it's by trusting in him. Notice it has an object, which is kind of interesting. It's a little bit ambiguous. Is it referring to the Lord or to his son? The answer is, in a certain sense, yes. So trusting in the fullness of the divine triune God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit is the way, in fact, to escape the very wrath of that God.